Check this out, man. OBH Records, King of App. I got my own record company. I signed myself. Check this out. There's a $500,000 on the table, man. This is a $500,000 on the table. I just feel like y'all got too excited when Birdman paid me my 200 grand. Like that's some real money. I've been had that money. I felt like y'all believe I was broke before I got that 200. This is a $500,000. Huh? This is type money I bet. OBH Records, I got my own company. Huh? This is OBH Records. I got my own company. I'm independent for real.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now today, man, I just want to sit here and touch on this subject with AR Ab. As we all know, he's been sentenced to 45 years in federal prison for his partake in things like drug distribution, murder, drug trafficking, a slew of things. And like I said, as a fan of AR Abs and the whole OBH, man, I feel it's only right to shed my opinion on this whole situation, to bring some light and awareness to what's going on. It's not looking good. Well, it is. It's already came out. And I spoke on this before earlier on, I think last year, whatever the case may be, about the situation and how it wasn't looking good before. We also got to remember, man, a lot of times it don't even be the crimes. I mean, it is the crime in this case, but it also be our past and our history, especially when it comes to the court of law. A lot of times you could commit a crime in 2009 and be clean for like 10 years. And then in 2019, you get in trouble again. They're going to bring up that thing that happened in 2009. You think it went away. You think everything was cool. And nah, that's the first thing they do. And it's kind of unfair, because I feel that we shouldn't be judged on our past mistakes, especially if we served our time or the case has been sealed or whatever. They will always say it's sealed, but behind that desk with the judge, he sees all that. And as much as they say it don't affect your case, trust me, it does. It very much affects your case, because you're put in front of a jury. And 9 times out of 10, if you're a black man, the jury is white, that's already an unfair advantage right there, disadvantage. And they're not going based off of who you are, because they don't know you. They're not going based off your merit. They're not going based off what your family think or know of you. They're not going based off what your friends think of you. They pretty much going based off of what's being said in that courtroom. And these the DA, right, the way they talk and the way they play on words and manipulate the situation to make you look wrong for something that happened a million years ago. If you don't have a good enough lawyer, you're fried. You buried. So for all my people out there, man, that's in the street, make sure y'all be careful. I can't tell y'all what to do, and I would never tell another man what to do or how to provide for his family. You don't know what somebody been through, but at the same time, please take caution. The way things are going right now, it's not looking good, and they're not playing fair anyway. This man just got 45 years when you got this lady who just killed this young boy the other day. I think it's in the Bronx, whatever. I think they either sentenced her or they offering her just 10 years. So I don't know what's going on out here, but like I said, if you're in the street doing whatever you're doing, I'm not going to tell you otherwise. Just be smart, man. A lot of people get it with a brick. A wise man once told me, some of us get it with a brick, some of us get it with a feather. So some people could go through a situation once and change their whole life around. Some people, they gotta be like hit hard because they stubborn, and sometimes that hard hit could be too late. So before I get into this video, man, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe if you're not already. I always tell y'all, man, it's lit here. I swear it's lit here. Join the Anonymous game, man, so you can get in tune with this content. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Now, it says this. AR Ab, Philly rapper, was accused of drug trafficking for several years. The FBI finally proved that he was involved in distributing drugs such as cocaine. Now, as we know, AR Ab been locked up for this. He been back and forth through jail. So they know him. And I'm pretty sure they see all the flashing of the money and him riding around in cars and, you know, on his Instagram, all that stuff. In case y'all don't think they watching, they always watch. But especially if you been locked up before federally and whatever the case may be. But I know they see all that and they know that he's still in that life, man. So of course they're gonna watch. And the sad part is you will never know when they watching you. Perfect example, they was in Casanova's iCloud. They was looking at his text messages, looking at his pictures, looking at his Instagram. And that brings up another thing. They're able to do this now. Before, it used to be a time to where they would have to contact your cell phone carrier in order to get your phone records. You know, they would need a warrant. They don't need none of that no more. It is bare minimum of what they need to obtain that stuff now. It says this. On April 15, 2021, 38-year-old AR Ab rapper has been sentenced to 45 years in prison by a federal judge. He is guilty of turning his record label Original Block Hustlers, which is OBH, into a large-scale North Philadelphia drug trafficking organization. Now, once again, we can't always go off of what they say in the news or whatever, the media. Their job is to blow it way out of proportion and make it bigger than what it is, because of course they want the conviction. And one thing you got to know with the feds, if I'm not mistaken, it used to be 99% conviction rate. I think it's at 98 now, you know, as far as the percentage. But long story short, when the feds come for you, they got you. They coming for you because they know what's going on already. The feds don't just come out of nowhere. When the feds come, they come in with a conviction because they got all the evidence. They don't need, it's not like the state. They're not coming just to lock you up and figure it out afterwards. The feds, they're different. They're the opposite. They figured it all out and now they coming for you and they want their time. And they're going to get their time. So that's a heads up for y'all that's not in the street. So anyway, it says the organization is also accused of murder. His charges include tasks such as distributing, having possession of, and distribution of cocaine, crack, methamphetamine, and heroin. Throughout his 2019 trial, his social media was put under the microscope. The lyrics of his song were extremely provocative and talked about his drug trafficking business. See, once again, this is when keeping it real goes too wrong. I mean, when keeping it real goes wrong. Y'all know what I mean. All that talking in your music, all that social media stuff y'all doing, you got to keep it to a halt, because at the end of the day, this is the same stuff that they could use against you in the court of law. So it says right here, the organization is also accused of murder. So you know when they say that it's an organization, you know exactly what they're trying to pin you under. I think they can hit you with, no, they can hit you with the RICO. And it's kind of no getting away from the RICO when they hit you with it. So that's when they say words like organization and all that, because that's what they did to the mob. Now it also says here, it says, initially the videos on his social media were considered as marketing of AR Ab's record label. However, later when the jurors were shown the videos, the FBI figured out that they were related to his and his crew members' crimes. The assistant U.S. attorney Everett R. Witherill said in court that the case wasn't against gangster raps, but Abdul Abraham West, aka AR Ab, rapper, had made it clear with his lyrics and even threatened people on his social media. So it's pretty much plain to see that they was watching him or whatever the case may be, and they listened to his lyrics, so they pin all that together. So even if it's fake, even if the lyrics is, if you're making it up, even if you're not in that lifestyle and you say it on a record, they can use it against you in the court of law. So for all y'all rappers out there that want to act like you're doing this and doing that, and then when you get caught up, you want to act like you're not, well, they're going to use your lyrics against you. So if you really aren't about that life and you talking about it, guess what? They're going to use it against you, and now you caught up for something you're not even really about. And a lot of people got it mixed up because they thinking, I see all over social media, they say, oh, how can they do it to AR Ab? They gave him 45 years. That's a harsh punishment. That's this. Listen, you got to understand. He's being accused of murder, drug trafficking, possession of drugs, possession of weapons. And then they feel like they got him. They got his music to use against him. They got his past. First of all, his past, I'm pretty sure, plays a big part in the court of law, because that's what they're going to use against him in the first place. And another thing I want to touch on, we see Dark Low, which was AR Ab's like his right hand man. He's beefing with Leak Morse, which is AR Ab's blood brother. So that's very much a conflict of interest, and I hope that they don't let the OBH umbrella crumble. We see this a lot. When the top guy of the crew either gets killed or jailed for a long time, most of the crew either have a falling out or they just part their own ways. Now, 9 times out of 10, it's because the top guy was the one really holding things together. And sometimes it's already underlining problems with like the crew members, but they just keep it cordial because of the top guy. But once the top guy leave, they get to really express how they feel with no one holding them back, and situations get ugly. Then we see situations like this. We also seen what happened with the whole FBG camp in Chicago after Duck got killed. So, and they just totally fell out. So like I said, it's a common thing. It's not too uncommon for these crews to, after the top guy leave, they all just crumble and then go their own ways and then just start disrespecting each other. And now the same people that was once together, they at odds and act like they want to kill each other. So that's really much all I had to spill about this topic, man. Like I said, I keep seeing people say that the punishment was unfair. I don't know what the sentencing guidelines are. Once again, you got to remember too, he was out of town. Out of town, they got their own laws. Like they come up with their own laws. It's not like how New York is. New York go by a guideline. Certain states go by their own guidelines. Then you got the Commonwealth states where they don't. They make up their own rules. They got 3-strike rules where if you got 3 felonies, they could give you a certain amount of time, a whole bunch of time. And when you convicted of the same crime and it's a felony a couple times, it's all type of guidelines everywhere you go. So that's another thing you got to be wary about and be aware. So, you know, as for AR Ab, I hope he holds his head, man. We all make mistakes and nobody's perfect. So we shouldn't be, you know, we shouldn't judge one another. The punishment of 45 years is a little crazy, give or take that he's, what, 38 years old. So I ain't going to say his life is over, but, you know, it's still hope. Maybe he get a pill, or maybe there's something with COVID, or who knows. A technicality could come into play somewhere along the line. I don't know, man, but you know, we gonna hope that everything goes right. So without further ado, man, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'm gonna keep on dropping. I'm out.